Hi, my name is Mr. Carlson, and I'm here to introduce you to the Cultural Exchange Program using video online with students in the United States with students in Honduras. Our goal is for you to learn about a new culture. In order to do that, we need to have an open mind. We need to understand that our culture doesn't necessarily mean that it's the best culture. Just because another culture does something differently doesn't make it wrong. It's simply different. Our other goal is that you would make a new friend in a new, different country. So let's get started. First, you need to talk to your parents. Every conversation that you have with your partner needs to be supervised by your parents and the parents of the other family. Remember that. If your parents are not available, you need to schedule for another time to do your conversation. Second, contact your partner. Use email or Facebook or Skype or WhatsApp or whatever program or application both of you have. Establish communication and introduce yourself, and then you need to set up a time to have your first conversation. Remember, we live in different time zones. Just because it's 7 o'clock here doesn't mean that it's 7 o'clock where your partner is. Ask them what time zone they are in, and ask them how many hours different are they from you, because your time might be 7 o'clock and their time might be 8 o'clock. So you need to do that in order to coordinate your time so that you're at the same time when you have your conversation. You can also take a look at www.timeanddate.com/worldclock. Most cell phones also have an application on it that will show you a world clock as to what time it is everywhere else in the world. Fourth, when it's time for your conversation, send a text message about 15 or 30 minutes before your conversation in order to ask them, hey, are you going to be ready at 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock or whatever time you've agreed on? Send them a text message and ask them if they're going to be ready. Fifth, be punctual. Text your partner about 5 minutes before the time and ask them, are they ready or are they getting ready? It's good to have good communication. Sixth, introduce yourself and your parents. Then start with the conversation questions. In the email, you will receive a list of questions to ask each other in order to foster conversation. Seventh, if your partner wants to practice in Spanish, keep a timer and speak in English first and then Spanish second. So maybe it'll be 15 minutes of English and then 15 minutes of Spanish. Or if you have time to make it longer, you can do 20 minutes in English and then 20 minutes in Spanish. Eighth, be kind. Listen carefully. Help each other with grammar and pronunciation. But remember, be kind. If somebody makes a mistake, you don't want them to say, hey, you're not saying that right. No, just simply tell them, you know what? The way to pronounce that word is actually this way. They will understand. And have an open mind. Remember, we live in different cultures and we need to have an open mind about our conversations. Ninth, if there is a topic or question that you don't want to talk about, simply say that you don't want to talk about it, and then move on to the next question. If there's something that you're not comfortable talking about, that's okay. You can simply skip it and move on. If your partner doesn't want to talk about it, don't keep asking the same question. Respect them and simply move on to the next question. 10. After every conversation, please fill out the 1-minute Google form for our records so that we know who is participating and how the progress is going. If you have any questions or concerns, either you or your parent, please feel free to email me at universalidea504@gmail.com. I look forward to hearing about your progress and hearing about the new friendships made. Bye.